This is Drew Spence from Producer's Edge. I'll be using SoundQuest Midi Quest 9XL. The first thing I want to do is open up my default studio. That will be a virtual rack showing all the instruments I have installed. I now look at my Korg MS-2000 because that's the one I'll be using to control the microKORG. Many of the patches are transferable between the two units. I check to make sure that individual rack unit is set up to talk to and from my MIDI interface, and I could even check with the global settings inside the program itself to control all the MIDI controls and all the pathways talking to and from that instrument. I'm checking my ins, I'm checking my outs. There's a shortcut tooltip bar which can pop up that tells you how to basically set up your instrument to talk to Midi Quest. I can go over my notes and see what key presses. It keeps me from having to use the manual on something so basic. I can transfer either the entire bank over, like a MIDI dump, into Midi Quest. I can pull individual patches. I now take a look at my patches. This is the Griffin Avid set. So I'm going to start to play around with it and see all the different sounds that were designed for this month's DVD-ROM. One of the benefits of using the 9XL version is it can be run as a standalone, which I'm using now, demonstrating how to load those Griffin Avid patches for the microKORG, or you can use it in your sequencer as a VST and record all your knob tweaks and parameter changes in real time. There is a child-parent relationship between the individual patches, the sound bank that they combine to create, and also your own user library where all the patches for a particular instrument can be organized. It can also be sorted many ways. There are keywords that you can use, like instrument. So I could put down bass and then have every patch relating to bass or pad come up in the list. And of course, with a program this powerful, you can certainly make thousands of patches for any individual instrument. Also, there's a randomizer function where I can create new patches spontaneously. So if you're ever devoid of all inspiration, you could always, with one click, create a whole new sound and see if it's worth using. The list of supported units is constantly growing, including some of today's hottest gear and also some gems of yesteryear. This concludes a brief look at SoundQuest Midi Quest 9XL, used in conjunction with the Griffin Avid sound bank created especially for the Korg microKORG. Drew Spence from Producer's Edge magazine.